Alright, good morning everyone. This is a Rubik's Cube. You guys probably recognize it. I've got a few of these things, and I really love them. This one's kind of special. It spins a lot faster than a regular one, and instead of having stickers, the colors are right on it. Now, Rubik's Cubes are really cool. They're super simple, just 6 colors on 6 sides, 3 by 3. But they're really complex at the same time. There's only one solved state for this, but there's over 43 trillion unsolved states or mixed up states. So solving it's kind of like creating order out of chaos, but at the same time, you get like a little sense of accomplishment when you finish solving it. But that's not even the reason that I love these things so much. The reason I love them so much is that it's like a way of meditation for me. And I really think that everyone needs their own form of what a Rubik's Cube is for me, and that's simple meditation. Now, Webster defines meditation as actively engaging in a mental thought process for the purpose of reaching a higher level of spiritual awareness. Now, in solving one of these, I have to focus a little bit, but because most of the things that I'm doing are just rote memorization, I can actually focus on meditating in my mind and then just let the front of my brain focus on turning the cube and solving it. And so the really simple way is I just start at the top and position the pieces and then just work my way down. But that meditation, it's learning to control a state of mind and be aware of your state of mind and nurture a state of mind. Now, meditating is probably, when you hear it, you think of like someone sitting on top of a mountain, maybe trying to contemplate the meaning of life or something. That's not exactly what it is, at least not for me. For me, it's trying to get to a contemplative state of mind and then to use that. And the Rubik's Cube is a shortcut to that contemplative state of mind for me. Other people might have other shortcuts to that state of mind. Like smoking a cigarette, for example. If you're stressed at work, you might take a break, go outside, smoke a cigarette. And what you're really doing is just focusing on something that's meaningless in your hand, but taking a break and clearing your thoughts and regaining control of that whatever state of mind. There's other shortcuts that you might use. I'm not encouraging anyone to go out and start smoking because it helps you meditate or anything. But if you just take a step outside for like a breath of fresh air and collect your thoughts, or even if you just, you're having like your thoughts are rambling, whatever, and you just take a deep breath and sigh, that sigh can put you in a state of mind that's relaxed, like just in that instant. And it's a shortcut to that contemplative state of mind. Once you can utilize that contemplative state of mind, you can kind of like think about maybe emotions and whatever, control your emotions better, control your thought processes better. There's a quote from Matthew Ricard. He's a famous Buddhist monk, and he said, awareness of anger is no longer anger. And what he meant by that is if you can be completely aware of your state of mind and focus on the way that you're thinking, and you can actually step back from the way that you are thinking, and maybe you can, sorry, I'm just going to set this down, it's too hard. But you can be aware of that state of mind, and you can, at the same time, step back from it, so the anger is no longer what your state of mind is, but the awareness of anger, or the awareness of any emotion. And so you can use that contemplative state of mind to reduce unwanted emotions or feelings, like jealousy, hatred, anger, whatever. But you can also use that contemplative state of mind to nurture and cultivate things that you do want, emotions or feelings that you do want, like love, kindness, happiness. You can just start with like a really simple, either something that puts you in that state of mind, or something that, like just thinking about that state of mind and the thought process that you have. And so you can become really familiar with certain states of mind. And then maybe the next time you're angry, you just calm your anger, and then throw a smile on your face. Use that as a shortcut to another state of mind, and control your emotions, control your thoughts. So meditation is really, it's not that difficult. It's not that crazy of a thing. You just have to take maybe 5-20 minutes every day, or not every day, but every so often, and think about your state of mind and become familiar with the way that you think. And the Rubik's Cube, for me at least, is a perfect thing for that, because I can just take 5 minutes out of the day, go and sit down, whatever, and collect my thoughts. So if everyone adopted something like that, even if it's just watching your breathing and thinking for a few minutes, you'll have better control of your thoughts, your actions, and eventually your life. So I'd like to close with a quote from Shakespeare, maybe get you thinking a little bit about states of mind. It's from Hamlet. He said, "There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Thank you.
Philip, I like the attention device. I thought you started off very nicely there. A pretty good identification of what your topic is. There's a nice transition. I didn't really hear a preview of the structure, and in the body of the speech I couldn't tell you exactly what the structure was, but you had some good ideas that you included in the structure. A lot of personal examples to illustrate those points, which I thought that was perfectly fine. But maybe a little bit more data to support some of those ideas. The visual parts of the presentation, a couple of times it looked like you were shifting a little bit on your feet. Usually I think you've got some good dynamic indicators, but there are also sometimes when you're distracted by the toy, and you're flipping it around. Instead of doing it purposefully, it just is, you're meditating while you're giving your speech, I suppose, something like that. And the same thing happens with your eye contact also. Most of the time you're looking at us, but once in a while you start looking down and it just, you're contemplating what you've got in your hands, and you sort of forget that there's an audience in front of you, and you want to, I think, be a little bit more engaged in that. I thought your voice projected pretty well, and there's good variety. You do have a tendency to do the thing, and the way you do it seems like it's always at the beginning of sentences or the beginning of ideas. It's not usually a pause that is an indicator of I've forgotten something, or I'm stuck for an idea, or the next word is not coming to me. It seems more like it's a thing that you're doing sort of as a prep for the next sentence that you're going into. And that should make this easier to break yourself of the habit on, because when you do it in different parts of the sentence, that just means that your brain trying to catch up with what's going on. Here, it's kind of a deliberate affectation that you've developed, and you can pay attention to that and say, I'm not going to do that. I have to think about avoiding doing that at that particular point. If you listen to the speech, I think you'll see what I'm talking about it being at the beginning of ideas or even at the beginning of sentences, because it really doesn't seem like it's occurring when you're in the middle of a thought. It just seems like you use it as sort of a transition point, and I think maybe the silence would be a better thing for you to do in that. So I think you needed a little bit more structure in the body of the speech. The only thing that I thought was really problematic about the presentation was the occasional distraction with the object that you had, and then the it wasn't hugely distracting, but it's something that you'll want to pay attention to so that you don't keep doing it. All right, thank you.